Are you tired, listless, looking for a moment of escape from this hellish nightmare reality you inhabit? Today's lucky winner from Sanguis Pharmaceuticals can help. Independent studies that are definitely not fictional showed that listeners reduced their boredom by up to 69%. Today's lucky winner is not for everyone. Do not listen to Today's Lucky Winner if you are under 18, easily offended by cussing, or are a snitch who can't listen to fictional drug use. Side effects may include giggling, distraction from worldly concerns, and hyper-aggressive sleep punching. Ask your doctor if Today's Lucky Winner is right for you.
Previously on Today's Lucky Winner.
You said it was your memory, right?
If I was talking about the sorceress, that would mean...
That would mean that somehow you're the writer. Who are you calling then?
Death, obviously.
Dawn, have you discovered the gift I gave you? You're gonna need it.
There's a magic workshop. That's where I'll be stuck until the next full moon. Your mom has specific instructions for getting there. She should have a book in her trunk with the instructions on how to get there.
If they make it through, y'all, all hell breaks loose. A crack opened up in the sky, revealing a glowing red portal. A dozen demons flew out of it, all resembling the scaly red bat-winged appearance of Grakna the Unending.
They took my computer! They took the steamer trunk! That's where the instructions on finding the workshop were!
Hold on. I yeeted that empty, barf-covered book over here the other day.
Congratulations! You're today's lucky winner! Flights of angels sing you to your reward. You put on your Sunday best, but there's no one here to be impressed. After the long night they just had, the ladies slept in late. Dawn pulled out her old whiteboard from college and began writing down all of the pertinent case info they had recently gathered. She ate an English muffin, nursed a cup of coffee while she worked on the list, and thought out loud as she wrote. Rita and Sunny sat on one side of Sunny's dining room table. Sunny had her thermos of blood in her hands and listened intently to Dawn. Rita sipped on a cup of coffee and polished off the mixing bowl full of cereal she'd poured herself less than 5 minutes ago.
Rita, are you even listening?
Yeah, sure.
I think that may be hard for Dawn to believe when you've got a handful of pills.
What? Oh, I am listening. This is all Adderall.
Where did you get all that Adderall?
Theft. Either a lot of people at that convention had ADHD, or there is widespread misuse of pharmaceuticals in the tech industry. This is just a fraction of my stash. I've never taken Adderall before. I'm kind of excited.
Can it wait until after Dawn finishes her briefing on all the facts we have now about her murder?
But the briefing is boring. And it would be a lot less boring if I could be zooted on amphetamines right now.
No, you've got to listen. After your dreamscape last night, it's clear that you're more involved in what's happening with me than I thought. It can't be a coincidence that my Reaper chaperone isn't a Reaper at all.
I had a rough night. This is self-care.
Misuse of prescriptions is not self-care.
Put down the Adderall.
No!
I know that face.
I do too. Don't you do it, Rita.
Rita?
Don't you fucking do it.
Rita!
God damn it. How many was that?
A full month of pills, baby. High-ass dose. Extended release. Mama's gonna attack and dethrone God.
Well, at least we know that extended release for Rita maybe means an hour.
If you don't seem to be paying attention, I'm just going to make you listen to all this again later.
I'll just keep taking more pills. These last 12 hours have been quite upsetting, Donnie. Let me have my coping mechanisms.
If you have to tell her again later, I've got a bunch of ropes and stuff you can use to tie her up and keep her away from her pill stash.
Why do you have a bunch of ropes?
No,
No, I get it. I regretted that question as soon as it came out of my mouth. Anyway, here's where we're at on this Russian nesting doll of a mystery box we find ourselves in. If death is the one who killed me, does that qualify as murder?
Sunshine, you do realize that I could just poof out of those ropes whenever I wanted, right? I allow you to tie me up.
Oh, geez. I feel pretty silly for not realizing that much earlier.
I am fairly certain that I just said anyway in an attempt to change the subject.
Yeah, whatever. Hey, you should get one of those see-through boards to ride on.
What? Oh, like in movies?
Yeah, like there's a mathematician or a scientist or something. And we could see you making concentraty faces through the board as you write.
Those are only used in movies for the sake of filming. You know that, right?
What?
They use the clear one so that they have more options on how they can shoot the scene. There are only so many ways you can film someone staring at a wall without just showing their back.
Okay, but they look cooler. You should get one.
No, they're so impractical. You can't even write on the back of one. It's like you've gotten half a dry erase board.
What's on the back of yours?
Nothing. It's nothing. Let's keep looking at that info we have so far.
I kind of want to know what's on the back of the whiteboard, too.
Yeah.
Show us, show us, show us, show us.
Fine. If I show you, can we pay attention to my murder case, please?
Best I can do is shutting up about the whiteboard.
I'll take it.
Ha! Yes! Now this is pod racing.
Did you draw this tardigrade eating a watermelon?
Yes.
It's cute. It's a visual pun.
What? How so? Waterhole? Bussymelon bear? Butthole melon.
It's a watermelon. It's a water bear.
Well, what the fuck is a water bear?
This is a water bear. They're not actually called butthole.
Baby, how about we let Dawn get back to brainstorming about her case with us?
Ugh, fine. Getting a little sleepy, though. Maybe it's just the weird night I had. I'm gonna finish this pot of coffee.
You just took a handful of amphetamines, and you're sleepy?
Yeah, weird. I guess they haven't kicked in yet.
Anyway, here's the biggest question I have at the moment. If death is the one who killed me, does it even count as murder? Death seems intrinsically incapable of being guilty of murder.
Well, we don't know that Death is the one who killed you. We just know that they were there when Doug the Lizard Demon came to get you, and that they left you a gift. Furthermore, if your death hadn't been a mishap or violence, I wouldn't have been called to reap you. I think it's been quite clear that nothing that has happened to you has been a mishap. So that just leaves violence. Regardless of whether or not Death is the perpetrator, I think pushing forward into investigating your murder is the most logical course of action. What?
You presented us with a cogent case for continuing to think that Dawn's death was a murder.
And?
You didn't go on a tangent about anything, like how Tumblr is useless without porn.
Or how you wonder if the store Condoms to Go added to go to their name because some weirdo tried to use their condoms to stay.
Why are y'all being weird? I'm just trying to help. Was that not helpful?
No. Those were all great points. Let's keep looking into my cause of death being murder. We should see if there are any other logical suspects, since I don't know that Death themselves could have any motive to murder. I mean, they said they left me a gift. Maybe that's what they were doing when Doug found them?
And what was the gift that they left you? Was it something tangible, or did it actually have something to do with necromancy? If it didn't have to do with necromancy, how did you command me to stop before I ate that girl?
All excellent questions.
It might be prudent to put a little more of our efforts into finding out which of your actions before you died caused you to earn an afterlife in a hell dimension. We still don't know exactly what you did. It seems obvious that it's something to do with your work at Sanguis, but maybe if we know what it is, we can undo it? Even if we don't find out exactly what it is, it stands to reason that stopping whatever Carmilla has planned would help both your chances of not going to hell and the human race. That seems like huge enough of a good deed to undo whatever damage you accidentally did. We don't need to spend the entire year focusing on just your murder when we have another viable way to keep you out of hell.
Wow, hun. that's really helpful and on topic.
Why did you say that like it's a question?
No reason.
That's surprisingly helpful. I do think it's important that we don't put all of our eggs in the solving my murder basket.
Okay, what the fuck do you mean, surprisingly helpful? Why are you two being weird? What am I doing wrong?
Nothing. You're not doing anything wrong. On the topic of you, though, I think it's important we try to find out exactly what you are.
Yeah, it can't be a coincidence that you died under mysterious circumstances, are involved in some global corporate vampire plot, and you got a Reaper chaperone who isn't really a Reaper.
If you're the writer, what are you? Your job seemed to be enacting vengeance on dangerous men who upheld the patriarchy.
And didn't you say something about how she was trying to get witches to work together to help her?
Yeah, it sounded like she was trying to pull together a superhero team.
If I'm the writer, why are they so short in my dreamscape?
What?
You're a magical being and you're hung up on a height difference?
The writer is maybe 5'3". I'm nearly a foot taller. The more I think about it, the more I think it can't be me.
It's a height difference, and you literally get to choose how you look. Maybe you chose to look shorter back then.
Not likely. I enjoy being a statuesque hottie.
Whatever. I need some resources to help me know what kind of magical and celestial creatures there even are. Like some sort of witch wiki to help me narrow down what you might be, Rita. You've been our only real source of magical knowledge. Maybe if I can find a database of some sort, we can narrow down your identity.
I think you could get answers to quite a few of your questions. And help with the Carmilla business. If we can find the workshop where your family crafts their magical shit. I know your uncle is the only blood family you really know, but I'm sure there are other artificers there who can help. Even if they don't have answers, I think it would be helpful to have a bunch of witches with your best interest in mind to help us out.
I hadn't thought about that. That's a good idea.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Nothing. That was just helpful, and I hadn't thought about it before. Maybe I can talk to Dax or the alchemist and see if they have any leads on finding the workshop. We didn't really have any contacts in the magical world before, when we thought our trail went cold. It's worth looking into again.
Okay, why are you looking at me like that, Sunshine?
How are you feeling?
Oh, after the handful of pills? I don't know, maybe I'm immune? I don't feel the up in these uppers. I'm really calm, and it's like I'm only having one thought at a time. Like a single train of thought.
That's not normal?
I mean, no. I'm usually thinking about 10 different things at once. The Dawson's Creek theme song is playing in the background. I'll randomly recall that time when I made out with Rasputin, and it turned out he was actually the Baba Yaga's nephew, which caused this whole thing. I didn't hear the end of that from Kyle. I hear Toni Collette's monologue from Hereditary a lot. And then the spirit of that Victorian child that I failed to reap in a timely manner comes to possess my corporeal body and incessantly reminds me of my biggest failures.
Okay, so it's usually pretty busy up there.
Yeah, but it's pretty chill up here right now. I'm literally only thinking of our conversation, and I'm eyeing Sunny's Hungalungamungas in my periphery. So I guess I only have 2 things on my mind? Well, 3 things if you count Betty and Veronica as individuals and not a unit.
Betty and...
It's what she named my boobs.
Oh, god damn it. I don't need to know that. Fine. I guess we did learn something this morning.
I mean, as a doctor, I'm inclined to agree.
What? That's ridiculous. I'm an ancient celestial being.
Impulsivity, hyperfixations, non-existent organizational skills, poor focus on things that don't interest you.
Substance abuse, hypersexuality.
And the fact that a fistful of Adderall made you calm down?
Whatever celestial being you are, it's one that can have ADHD. Why don't you save the rest of your stolen Adderall for when I need you to focus on something again? Even if it wears off in a few minutes, you've been infinitely more attentive this morning.
I don't even have a human brain. That makes no sense. Are you on drugs? And I can focus on things that don't interest me, thank you very much. I listen to you all the goddamn... Oh! you're drawing. Water bear, watermelon, watermelon bear. I get it now. It's not actually funny, but I get the pun. Wait, what were we talking about?
Hey, Jeremy. What you need, sugar?
Sorry to bother you, Miss Squire.
Jeremy Pumpkin, what I tell you?
Sorry, I always forget. Sorry to bother you, Carmilla.
Much better, darling. What can I do for you?
Mr. Crawford is here to see you, and I know you told me that he's always allowed to visit without an appointment, but he's got a strange man with him.
Strange in what way, Angel?
He seemed like a real grifter type, and he's smoking a long cigarette in the lobby.
And nobody stopped him?
That's the thing. I tried, and he just told me to leave him alone.
And you listened?
That's the thing. I didn't want to listen, but I can't seem to pay attention to him directly. I can't help but leave him alone.
Shit.
Excuse me?
Nothing, kiddo. Anything else strange?
Yeah, before he sat down, he asked me if I wanted to go to his place later and listen to Boys to Men and Freak.
Send them both in.
Oh, okay.
You owe me for 2 cars. That was a big-ass portal.
Nobody said that the portal had to get bigger depending on how many cars got wrecked. And nobody said that we needed that many goddamn demons to come out of the portal in the first place. We ain't gonna pay your
See, it's not my fault you didn't ask for clarification. You should have read the fine print there on the contract.
The contract was written in baby's blood. That shit runs too fucking much to make any of that fine print legible. And it was written in your patron demon's language.
You were provided a translator.
Yeah, your cousin Josh was the translator.
You got a problem with Joshy Boy.
Yeah, Joshy Boy just told us
you
it was
say
for the
my
notary
dude is
public
a trustworthy
or
impartial.
Notaries in hell.
Are you
I wouldn't even get a soul
implying
for
that
killing
my
Joshy,
family
but I'd even
doesn't
in a
operate
heartbeat, you
above
son of a
board?
bitch.
You got a problem with warlocks,
Yeah,
Mr.
I got a fucking
NASCAR.
NASCAR?
Huh? You're king
NASCAR?
of the hill ass
I will
soft
eat
soft
you ass
vampire
first,
boy.
you
Soft
pansy
boy,
ass,
soft
Betacuck
boy.
soy
You
boy,
gonna
and then
cry
I'll
to
fist
mama,
your butt
mama,
with a
mama,
Hulk
boy?
hand on while you wait for daddy.
Are you two going to just fuck it out already? That's where it feels like this is going.
No! He wishes.
Then what are you doing in my office? I think you'll recall that my hands are a little full right now.
I'm real sorry, Mama.
Real sorry, Mom.
You shut the hell up, you son of a bitch.
Oh, slap me harder. Daddy, you're turning me on.
No, I'll kill you!
Ow!
Enough!
I'm sorry, Carmilla. That was very unprofessional of me.
Sorry, Mama.
What are you doing in my office?
Your precious little boy here didn't read the fine print on the contract he signed for that little enchantment we whipped up for your security trucks.
Oh, you mean the entirely ineffectual one?
Oh, it worked.
A portal to a hell dimension opened, and your patron demon sent acolytes to kill the people who destroyed our trucks?
Yes, since both trucks were destroyed, you got double the demons and a bigger portal.
I never agreed to that. It's 3 people. I asked for 1 portal.
Your baby boy here agreed to that. That's why there's an extra 20 million in
20?
your invoice.
Crawford, why in the...
It was written in baby's blood. And it wasn't even in...
Trapper, enough! Well, I don't even believe the portal actually opened. I think I'd have a witch and a reaper here if it had.
I thought you might say that.
Brent pulled his phone out of his back pocket and tapped on the screen. He oriented his phone horizontally, faced the screen toward Carmilla, and pressed play.
First mission, and I get to wear the GoPro. Someone triggered a warlock's enchantment, and I get to handle the quality control by recording the whole thing. I knew Fetulark, the viscous... Jeez, I'm so nervous. I've got mush mouth. Vicious. Not viscous. Nasty. I knew they trusted me.
Move it or lose it, kids. Time is of the essence. Unit B, you're coming too. We had a double enchantment trigger.
Ah! I'm so excited.
Quit fucking with the camera, Collin, and get through the portal. Now!
Oh, sorry. Here goes nothing. Cheese and crackers. That stung like heck. They got me right in the chest. Just a couple of people in the ice cream truck? How did they trigger the... Whoa. Is that a Reaper that just appeared on the... It's gone. The ice cream truck, they teleported the whole truck. What do we... See, my demon showed up. A lot of them.
But we never asked for...
Go to accounting on the 30th floor, and they'll wire you the 20 million.
Are you serious?
Thank you. I knew someone with your business acumen could see this misunderstanding wasn't my fault. Your son here should pay more attention to how his beautiful mother does.
Pull your nose from my ass, get the fuck out of my office, and go to accounting.
Excuse me.
I said get the fuck out of my office.
Woo, yes ma'am, yes ma'am, I'm sorry, I just, sorry. I'll get out your way, 30th floor, you said? You know, never mind. I'll ask Jeremy. Thank you. Bye.
Heck, thank you, Mama. I was so worried that you'd be cross with me for not reading that fine print. And what the heck was that video about? Did you ever seen a Reaper teleport, something like that? How'd she do that?
She's not a Reaper. She's something that could ruin everything.
What? What is she? How do you know?
She's something made by death themselves. If she's here, that means death intends to stop our plans.
How do you know what is she?
I used to know someone like her, until a sorceress killed them.
God damn it. Come on, you can do it.
After breakfast, Sunny headed into work. Dawn went to her room to come up with a highly structured plan for what they needed to do next on the case. After a couple of hours, she was pulled out of her hyperfocus by some disturbing noises coming from Rita in the living room.
Why are you making constipated noises while you stare at my data bobblehead?
If I'm the writer, I can light things on fire. Remember the first time we saw them? They lit that whole man's up like a blunt. I don't think I'm the writer. I can't make it work.
So you're trying to light my data on fire with your mind?
Yes.
Are you high?
Naturally.
On?
Cocaine, duh. I can't light things on fire with my mind if I'm on downers.
You can't light things on fire with your mind at all, drugs or not.
So, if I can't, I'm not the writer. If I can, I've helped the case. I'm gonna rail a couple more nose beers and see if I can make it happen.
Naturally. Have you considered that the ability to immolate a man or bobblehead of a robot may be circumstantial? It may even be a situation like your scythe, where something on the writer enabled them to do that. They may not have the ability at all. They may just operate an item that does it.
As per usual, you have a good point. And maybe you're right. Maybe I do have always dummy hot disorder. Whatever I am. Maybe it's not just humans who have it.
Maybe you have what?
ADHD. Always dummy hot disorder. I looked it up. I didn't really know what it was earlier, and I was too embarrassed to ask for details. It makes sense. I am dummy hot.
Where did you look this up?
Tumblr.com.
Fantastic. I thought as much. Anyway, have you seen where I put that old journal that we found in my grandma's trunk? I'm trying to gather the tangible physical clues that we have. Maybe having them in front of me will help me formulate our next steps a little easier.
Oh, that old-ass embossed one with your name on it?
Yeah.
The one I yarfed on?
Unfortunately. I know I brought it with us from the apartment.
Yeah, it's right there on the coffee table.
Oh my god, what's wrong with you?
I didn't want to leave a ring on Sunny's coffee table.
And you were okay with leaving a ring on a possible clue to my murder? There are coasters right there.
Yeah, on that end table, 10 feet away. Your book was right here, and it's empty.
Whatever. Just move your Baja Blast off my family heirloom.
Rita moved her Baja Blast and pulled a plastic bag labeled booger sugar out of her pants. Dawn picked up the embossed journal and wiped a ring of condensation off the front of the book with her sleeve. She cracked open the cover.
Welcome, Dawn. You have 48 new messages.
Dawn had never opened the journal herself. She had seen Rita open it, and the pages had been empty. This time, the first page read, Workshop Correspondence, property of Dawn Menendez. Number of unread messages, 48.
Is it just the coke and shrooms mixing in my system, or did the...
Shrooms too?
Hey, big picture, little buddy. Is the book talking to you?
Yeah. I guess I'd never opened it myself. It must only work for me. How do I check for messages in a journal?
Turn the page, you dink.
After Dawn turned the page, handwritten text began to appear where there had been nothing. As it appeared, a familiar voice emanated from the journal.
Dawn, I need to know you're okay. You haven't heard my other 47 messages. I don't understand what's happening. You're so smart. Surely you've looked through your abuelita stuff. I know you can't be dead. Well, dead again. But there are a lot worse things that can happen to a person than dying. I need you to find the workshop, kiddo. I can't say too much here. Someone may intercept my messages, but I need to talk to you, mijita. I know who killed you.
Hey y'all, it's Brianne. I'm here to tell you the usual business about how you can look in our show details to see everyone's social media handles, see what all these ding-dongs are up to. Oh yeah, thank you for listening to episode 21. We will be back on August 1st with episode 22, and heads up, the season finale will be October 15th. We'll be taking a little time off. We will not leave you empty-handed, though. We will have a few little out-of-continuity sort of mini bonuses for y'all while we take a little break, because baby's tired. Baby need break. Baby need just a little break, because we're going to be giving you a season 2, and I've got to work on that before we can actually make the thing. So we will be taking a little break. We'll be leaving you some goodies. That's October 15th. This is season finale. Yeah, but we will be back with episode 22 on August 1st. Oh, and if you are looking for another audio drama to listen to, between, episodes of ours that come out, I recommend you listen to Wake of Corrosion. I'm a little biased, because you can hear my voice make an appearance on the show. It's spooky, sort of like found audio, post-apocalyptic, sort of mystery box where you don't know what's happening and you figure out along with the characters, and it's all these stories told from a bunker of survivors post something apocalyptic. You gotta listen to find out. But again, that is Wake of Corrosion, and yeah, you'll hear my familiar voice on there. Yeah, so that's it. We will see you guys on August 1st. Make sure you share on social media, which you have been lately, and we super duper appreciate it, and we love hearing from y'all. But share on social media, share about the show with a friend, because that's the way we get advertising. We don't pay for any advertising, and it's all been your word of mouth. Which, thank you all. It's very evident you're telling people, and we really appreciate it. Yeah, and then leave us a cute review if you feel like it, to let people know what kind of show they're getting into. Let them know how, funny and gay we all are, because, that would make me listen to a show. But anyway, we will see you all again on August 1st.
Yeah, and until then, try not to die.